Today's Sunday, it's October, it's the 1st of October, and who would have believed it? The sun is blazing down, temperature close to 30 degrees, and I'm in the beautiful Camp de Mar. Starting at a different position really. I'm starting quite often the place we finish, but I thought it might be better to do the walk this way because the sun's going down and I don't really want to be walking into the sun. So this is my view from up here. Beautiful clear seas, lots of pleasure boats out there, the sun glistening off the water. There's a lot of people swimming in the sea there, looks wonderful and refreshing. And instead of having a lot of steps to go up, I'm going to go down a lot of steps. So I think I'll probably still turn the camera off. But it should be a little bit different and a bit easier. I'm not sure if I'm going to get any shade on this walk. First bit there's some shade, but you can see it's a long way down these steps, so I'll see you at the bottom. Well, halfway there, just the last flight to go, and luckily there is a handrail for me to hang on to. Lots of people there sunbathing and swimming. And what a perfect day for it. Well, that's me at the bottom of the steps. And I've got this wonderful view here now before me. The beach down here is quite pebbly, but they've got this little jetty. There used to be another one, and I don't know why, but they actually removed it. But people obviously find that jetty quite useful for sunbathing on. But there's this little promenade. I do warn you, it's got more steps, so I'm not sure how good the rail is here. So it's not wheelchair friendly or pushchair friendly, or me very friendly actually. But there's lots of benches, so you can take your time over it. But there are a lot of steps, and there is a bit of shade, but it's not very effective. So there used to be a jetty that went out somewhere here, and it was uproar when they decided they were going to take it down. Nobody seemed to have seen any consultation, and suddenly the workers were here and they were taking it away. So it's gone now, so a bit too late to argue about it, but the locals seem to like it. And I can imagine why, because those pebbles can't be very comfortable. Don't worry, as we get further round, there is a beautiful sandy beach. And magnificent views all the way. It's a Sunday, so you get all the families that are out here having their little picnics by the beach, getting that bit of sea breeze. There is a sea breeze, but I'm not feeling it too much at the moment. Crystal clear waters. It is a little bit choppy, but there's not a lot of sand here to get churned up amongst it. And so you can see the bottom very, very clearly. And I've just been for a walk in Port of Andraitx. So I thought it was a really good opportunity to stop in here on my way back, have a little walk around. I need to still in England, should be back shortly. I'm out on my own. That's a big pile of seaweed, that is. Recently, Howard's been here on his holidays. He was asking me about snorkeling, and I've never actually done any snorkeling here, but I would imagine it's quite good. The sea's very clear, and there's lots of rocks around for the fish to. So it should be quite an interesting place for snorkeling, and it's not too far from Baleares where he was staying. Very warm. Normally when we come, there's no sunbeds out here, no parasols, because we come in the winter time, and in the winter time the hotels here are closed. But it's still high season, so hotels are open, people sitting in the shade by the pool or in the shade by the sea, so I'm not going to disturb them. When we first came back, we had a lot of storms, a lot of sand in the air from the Sahara. It was blowing up, and it meant seeing the horizon was quite difficult, but it's a crisp, all clear and really sharp horizon out there. Beautiful views. So one of the hotels that's open. The rocks just here, really, you can see there's nobody on them. They do not lend themselves to go down to. They're not too bad here, but as you go a little bit further, they're really sharp, very uneven, and walking on them is very difficult and very dangerous. You'll fall and break something there, and I doubt it's going to be the rocks. Some of these hollows are filled with water. There's one over there. Some of them, they've all dried up, and quite often you see some really nice salt crystals in there. There's the big hotel, look. Nice to see that in action. It's normally closed down when I come. And then there's the island, which is just off the beach, so you can walk across the walkway there, and it's a restaurant on the island, and they don't like you going for just a drink. We tried that and they wouldn't let us. You have to go to have food there. But it's been made famous by many films. The one that comes to mind is the Pierce Brosnan film. And filmed a lot in this particular area, and particularly in that restaurant. The name escapes me, but I'm sure somebody will remind me. It was about suicide, I think. Not a nice topic, but there we go. So I don't usually walk in this direction. I usually walk in the other direction, and if I did, I'd be walking directly into the sun, so it's quite nice to be walking along here. Slipway down to the beach, and you can see it is quite a big beach. It's a sandy beach, a bit of seaweed on this side, but very busy. It's a Sunday because it's Sunday, you'll get lots of locals here. There's a bit of a smell probably from that seaweed on the beach. You're going to get that sometimes. And there's actually an Eroski right here on the beach. Eroski is usually a reasonably priced supermarket. So if you fancy an ice cream, you can nip in there when you need a drink or something to eat. If you fancy diving, there's a diving school here. Got all the equipment for you. Other sea activities. SUPs and kayaks. If all you need is a bucket and spade and a lilo, you're very well catered for along here. There's a green flag out. You can see the green flag flying over there. It means it's safe to swim. And the flag's blowing inland, which is great news. That means that the breeze is blowing on shore, so if there is anybody there on an inflatable boat, ice cream, or a lilo, then they're not going to get blown out to sea. one of the beaches that does cater for disabled people. So the little machines out there you can see underneath the shade, they're actually to get disabled people into the sea. So there's some wooden ramps take you down to them, so you've got wheelchair access, and from the wheelchair you can go onto one of those and you'll be able to get into the water and enjoy the seaside like everybody else. One of the consequences of the storms that we have at the end of August, beginning of September, is the deluge of rain often causes torrents, and this is one of them. There's water in it at the moment, but it's not flowing very much. But when there's a lot of water in there, it comes shooting out down the beach and it takes the beach away, and there'll be a big gully here and the sand will get washed into the sea. What they've done now is they've actually just built a little bit of a dam there with that, and this will fill in naturally as the wind blows the sand, as the children push the sand along, and that will disappear. I'm surprised actually they haven't just been along and bulldozed the sand to flatten it. But it's something that happens quite regularly. So the promenade here is now turned into wooden decking, and there's lots of bars open now. Most of them not open in the winter time. In fact, one of them did look completely closed up when we were here last time. It looked as though it was never going to open again, but it has. And they're all looking pretty busy. Someone was asking me about lockers on Palma Nova and Magaluf beaches. They don't have lockers. Well, here, look, they do. So right by your parasol, actually attached to your parasol, is a locker. It'll give you a little bit of security so that you can lock your valuables away while you go for a swim. So all of the parasols have got that here. That's an added advantage of having a parasol. Of course, if you don't have a parasol, you don't pay to have one, then you're still going to have the problem of where to put your valuables. Another hotel here on a steep hill that I'm not going to go up. It's about as far as I'm going, I'm afraid. I'll just come round here just to show you the beach and the view. So that's my little video of Camp de Mar. Thanks very much for watching, and well, hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. And just as a little postscript, there are toilets on this beach, and they're free. So no need to get a key, no need to pay. Toilets are free.